Namaskaram and howdy. It's been a while. I've done a couple posts, but I mentioned I just a lot of life happened. Things came up, and it just so happened that all these challenges sprang up when I had when I had intended to do this program, or let's just say another challenge, a holistic challenge. And sorry, I had just got done with a run, and I have a lot of sweat and sunscreen seeping into my eye sockets. It stings so good. So yeah, it just overlapped, but that's life. Life happens, and from my experiences, it's like, it's like that saying, like, you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. And I've learned throughout my life, like, you can plan all you want. Some people, I don't know, they just get shit. Like, they hope for it, they manifest it, and the universe gives it to them. And it's very odd where that happens for some people, but there's a lot of us where we try, plan, and life happens. So I didn't intend to do this program during this time, but it was kind of fortuitous, I think, in a way. So I'm not going to go into detail on it because just trying to stay in the shade. Because I don't think it's a wise idea for a lot of people, especially Americans, to do it. And it was really hard. I mean, I made it through, but woo, doggy. So, and it can be dangerous, especially if you're not ready for it. A lot of you know that I work out very hard. I was working out at least 5 days a week, very hard. I'm not talking, I know people that go to the gym every day and even multiple times a day, but they're only focusing on certain exercises to improve this muscle or this muscle group. Like, what I'm doing is like, it's like doing mini Ironmans. I mean, I'm going to toot my own horn here. So many people are like, dude, your workouts are insane. And it did tax me. I'm not just saying my joints and my muscles, but I was having some bodily issues. And so anyways, the idea of this challenge or program is to get in really, really good shape holistically as best you can. And then all of a sudden, bam, it stops. Let's say you're incapacitated. You're not allowed to. You don't have the means to eat the way you did or eat as much. You don't have the ability to sleep a whole lot. You cannot work out, or you have to keep it very minimal. I took a big social media diet. That's why one of the reasons why you haven't heard from me so much. And yeah, and it overlapped with me doing my sadhana during Krishna and Ganesh's birthdays. And so I don't want people to try and get hurt and then well, he recommended it or I learned it from him. Liability. Americans and Westerners like to, they're just sue happy. So, and I am a medical provider, so I got to be careful. Don't want anybody having heart attacks or burning out their kidneys. So yeah, so for 21 days I couldn't do I was challenged and incapacitated or prevented from doing certain things, a lot of things. And then you're all of a sudden, you just got to ramp it up. The idea is that you go from a standard of holistic health, but then something comes up and prevents you from being able to do that. And then something else happens and you just got to get to it. You got to move. And like I said, I don't recommend it, but it did teach me a lot. It did teach me a lot. And these are the things that I will go over. So because I was working out so hard and at my age, I'm in my 40s, when I stopped, it wasn't right away. It was like week 2 after week 1. I started feeling like areas of my body that I didn't know I was probably injuring with my intense workouts. So that tells me like I got to be more careful. I got to maybe, watch the movement, right, and positioning or the weight or the intensity, or do something else and just do that like once a week. And so that's a good thing, because if I kept going, I could have blown out like my shoulders. And you'll see like I did cupping, Chinese cupping. That was another thing. Doing like other health interventions once you jump back into it. And yeah, so that was one thing. The social media diet, that was actually really good. I'm thankful that I cut out so much. I mean, like I wish I had the time and energy to follow a lot of you and see what y'all are up to. I really do, but it's like hard enough for me to make my posts. So but I learned like I don't need to worry about posting as much or following everybody. There's just way too many people. And, if we connect, I'd love to go over, the details on, one-to-one. So that was really good. And spiritually, it was hard. I felt like I was, because of doing this challenge and all the life stuff that came up, I felt like, oh man, I'm just not doing a good job. But given the circumstances, I'm like, well, actually, you're doing the best you could, buddy. So, and Westerners still have this mindset, very Abrahamic mindset of, oh, I'm such a piece of shit. I'm a sinner. I don't deserve this. And that's very unhealthy thinking. It really is. I'm to each their own, but I just, no. Hinduism never says, like, love me or go to hell, or, if you don't do this, you're not a good person. It never says that. It's like, all right, you do you, man, but, just remember the wheel of karma, right? Action, reaction. And so, that was hard. And then physically, like mentally too, it was just so stressful. It was so stressful. And jumping back into it, I was just like, I'll be honest, y'all, I couldn't even do a handstand. I'm not saying a handstand push-up. I couldn't do even a handstand. It was like I lost a few pounds, and I didn't have much fat to begin with, so it was mostly like muscle. And and it was hard, and I'm just getting back into it. Things are winding down. I did my 40-day challenge, which is the big number in Hinduism, and it just worked out. Like, this made sense to do it like that. And I did not intend to do it where I currently am. But it's the humidity, the sun, the heat. Sorry, lots of cars. It was a good thing. It made it more challenging. So I just wanted to give you all an update on that. I kind of was descriptive enough. I really don't want people trying to do that if they're not ready for it. It can be dangerous. I mean, I remember after my first run, 3-mile run, like I felt like I was gonna like pass out, it was not good. So yeah, I want you all to be careful, but I also feel great that I know if shit ever hits the fan, like I can, and I've been like incapacitated or unable to do stuff, like I can jump back into it currently at this time. I don't know, maybe 6 months from now or 5 years from now, I can't do it, but right now I could, or I can. So just giving you all an update, a little longer video, but I hope you all are well. Blessings to you all on your journeys. I truly do wish all of you, even my enemies, I do wish you true healing. I do. And yeah, see you around.